Hello, everyone. It's Anna, lunchtime with Anna. As I always do every single week since this whole COVID has been going on, please be sure to put on your mask everywhere you go if you're not doing it already. Remember that you are a walking time bomb every time you step out of the house and you don't know, or out of your workplace, wherever you go, you do not know what underlying causes anybody may have that they don't even know about. So just consider other people. Be with others as you would want them doing for you. So please wear your mask, wear your gloves, wash your hands, sanitize. You should already be doing that. I wear my gloves only because I want to be extra careful. Look on YouTube if you don't have medical training on how to be able to correctly take off the gloves and not contaminate other areas to get other people sick, because there's no purpose in wearing the gloves if you're going to get others sick or yourself sick. So just look into that. Also, today I have two very special guests who are very special people to me, whether they believe it or not. I've not met them, not had the pleasure of meeting them face to face, but we've talked on camera, we've talked over the phone, I've interviewed them. I have Eric Krefeld along with Prana Songbird on air. Hello, guys.
Hi.
Um, so what today they have a special surprise. So since I heard this 2 days ago, I had to rearrange some things because I want to know now what the surprise is. But before we go into that, Eric, I'd like for you to tell the listening audience about your accomplishments that you've had that's kind of brought you here. Because, as you guys know, I've been interviewing for Love Song and Power. Eric is the director. Is that correct?
Yep, I'm a co-director. Yes.
Co-director. Um, and just if you could tell us some of your accomplishments, or tell the listening audience some of your accomplishments, so that they can know a little bit about who Eric is. I love Eric's story.
Sure. Accomplishments. I don't know, man. I started out, in college, like most people, where I I wanted to do an internship, so I ended up in the cable TV channel, and I fell in love with TV then. I tried to get it out of my system a few times, because I found it, it's a difficult field to be successful in. It's not the kind of thing where you get your certificate and then you go off and you have a job and you can work that job for the rest of your life, kind of thing. Um, so I had a difficult time with it, and I tried to drop it a few times, but it just kept refinding me. Um, and I've done all kinds of strange things. I've done concerts with just amazing talent, some incredible performers I've been able to film and work with, um, movies, TV shows, commercials. Right now, we're in the middle of actually, we're approaching the end of Love Song and Power, which is a feature film, which is featuring Prana Songbird, as well as some other really, really talented people. Working on a TV show with another group of people that hopefully we'll be able to talk about soon. Um, so yeah, I don't know, accomplishments. I mean, I like to say we're a crew of accomplished people, because I basically collect people along the way, and every time I work a job that I really enjoy, and I find people there that I really enjoy working with, I try to just to bring them along to whatever we're doing next. So we're definitely a crew of multi-award winning people, that from our line producers to our audio engineers to our editors to our other camera guys. Just yeah, we're a group of talented people.
And I know it's really hard every time somebody has to talk about themselves. And I'll tell you, Eric, I've not interviewed one person yet, and you could even tell when it's fake, even if they're acting, you know. I've not interviewed one person yet that has anything negative to say about Eric or Prana. I mean, at all. Like, I'm like, wow. And it's just, And that spirit. You're just so laid back. So,
Well,
and I'm
we
sure
pay them,
Professor.
so I mean,
I love it. Yeah, no, I doubt that. I doubt that. That they really do. They are like, oh my gosh. So now that I'm asking you that, which will bring me to my next question real quick. What has been your favorite project that you're like, this is it for me? Like you've enjoyed every step of the way. Is there one or is there more than one?
nah, there's I haven't worked a day in a really long time because I enjoy every moment of all of it, even when it's sticky and weird and things just aren't going quite right and it because it's sometimes working with the locations and the location managers, and I mean there's always just little pieces that can fall apart, but I love every second of it. And there's not really for the most part there's not a project that really sticks out because like every one of them just has something about them that's amazing. But the Love Song and Power has been so cool because it's where it is in the line of what we're doing. It's literally a culmination of everything we've been doing for longer than I'm going to say the number for, because then I'll give away my age and Prana's age and everybody else's age, so we'll leave the numbers out of it. But it's because of where it sits, it's the culmination of everything we've been doing for so long, and it's just full of all of the amazing talented people that we've been able to bring along. There's some of them that didn't make it in because they're already busy with other things, but we got to get a lot of them in it, and it's really been fantastic working with them. So Love Song and Power definitely is a pretty incredible ride.
Awesome. Awesome. So, would you like for me to ask Prana a few questions before I ask what is the big surprise? Prana, hi, how are you? Prana?
Hello. Yeah. Hey, I made it back. Yay.
You're okay. Um, okay. I just got done asking Eric, what has been his best project. But for you, I'm going to ask you, what was
Oh, I
the
I missed the answer. I got booted off some kind of way. I missed the answer. Dang it. Okay, Eric, could you please repeat your answer?
Yeah, that's not happening. This is all you.
Darn it.
I love it. So
Okay,
for you, Prana, what has it been for you?
you know what? I can't say what my favorite project is, only because like Eric said earlier before I got booted off, I did hear him telling you that we just collect people, along the way, this whole journey so far, because it's not hardly over. I feel like in some ways it's been a long road, and in other cases it's just beginning. And what's great is the rough beginning that we have had in just getting started in the industry has allowed us to connect with some amazing, talented, beautiful, blessed people. And so now, in the last couple of years, as we work on different projects, we just bring those people in, and that's why our crew is so just cool to be around. It's all of the people that we know we can trust, know that we love, and they love us. And so when new people do come in, like for Love Song and Power, um, this is the first time I got to work with Mercedes and Tay and Hugo and Jason Menz, and they're all, once again, they're great people. And so God is blessing us and attracting good people to us. He's drawing them into us. So every every project right now just seems fun because as soon as they call cut on anything, we're just, we're just chilling and we're goofing around and chit chatting. And as soon as they get ready to call action, everybody's in place. You can count on everybody to bring their best, do their all, and be respectful of everybody else. You don't have to worry. So I don't have a favorite project. I just have a favorite crew, and that's our crew.
That, and it shows, it really does. I don't know how many times I could say it. It really does. It's like family. Like, I'll give you an example. And I'm not sure if you guys were a fan of this show, but I really was. And I love their personalities on and off camera. Would be Friends. You guys truly remind me of that atmosphere with Friends, like no one left behind. And that's just good. I mean, where do you see that anymore? Everybody's out for themselves today, right? So you don't get that very much, and when I meet people like that, it's like you've captured a spot in my heart, and like you can never go away no matter what, because it's just that we just don't meet too many people that are like that, and it shows. And I just want to thank you both for doing that, because everyone, you could just hear the spirit in them of happiness and how good, and different things that maybe they're working on with you, or just this project or whatever it might have been. But that's just really, really, really something that shows a lot of who you two are as not only a couple, married couple, but just as human beings altogether. And I think that means so much to anybody, especially in the world we live in today, So, I'm going to ask Prana, unless it's going to be Eric, what is the big surprise?
Eric, I'll do the drum roll. I'll do the drum roll for you. Are you ready? I can't do this forever, Eric. Go.
That was good.
A little bit of a story behind the big surprise, which in these, along the veins of collecting people, sometimes we do these jobs and we work on things that we don't really understand why we're doing them at the time, and then later on we go, wow, this is why I did that, was so that I could collect this person. And so several years ago, I was doing something somewhere that I won't mention where or with whom, but during it, I met this amazing woman, Marlene Perlumbo, and Marlene is the publicist for Indian Ink Music. And I was so blessed to meet her, and we have just had a fantastic relationship since then. And there are gatekeepers in every industry. I don't care if you work for Subway or Burger King, or if you're a executive, or whatever industry you're in, there are gatekeepers, and by that I mean there is always someone that is standing between you and the person you need to get to. And you can spend a long time, you can spend half of your career just trying to get to that person because of the gatekeepers. Well, Marlene, our publicist, has been able to open some doors for us that we've been working really, really hard at getting those doors open, and she was able to help make that happen. So the big surprise is Prana has she toured for a long time with an amazing trio, the Honey Creepers band. She worked with several bands before that, but she has always been the voice for somebody else's sound. Up until this moment, it's been, she does cover material. She does a Decades of Divas show. She travels all around the country doing other people's sounds and other people's music. And we finally have found Prana's voice. And we've been able to, yes, yeah, it's super exciting.
I know, I want to clap. Let me clap. Yeah. Yay! Congratulations, Prana.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
it's been so
Thank
exciting to
you.
watch
Thank
it
you.
happen because she's such a just an innately um incredibly talented woman that for the most part doesn't even know the measure of her own talent and is still just finding it all out. And so yeah, Marlene opened some doors for us, and we ended up hooking up with Randy Stevens, who is a local Southwest Florida performer as well, has his own band, but he wrote this song that when we heard it we were like, that's Prana. Like that's Prana's sound right there. And so we went over to the Dream Studios. That's the studio we work out of. Um, we ended up recording the song, and then she opened some more doors for us, which ended up with Tommy Moralda being the gentleman that is producing the song. Sorry, I still even get a little choked up saying it because
I know.
he's so big. He's so big, and I just feel really I just feel incredibly blessed to be able to work with him. He's such a genuine nice guy on top of being incredibly talented with a huge
Yeah.
history of talent behind him. Um, so yeah, the song is mixed and mastered, and it's getting ready to go out to Sony for an early 2021 release, so that you can look to hear that song on the radio sometime in the next few months as we move into the new year.
So may I ask, what what genre of music is it? Because Prana, I've heard you sing. I've heard you sing, and congratulations again. I mean, I can't wipe the smile out of my face because I'm so happy for you. So happy for Eric because sometimes we're so busy helping everybody else, we forget to take care of us. And when we have that moment to shine,
Mm.
it's just a great feeling, you know? And some of us are so humble about it because we're just genuinely good people. So, um, what genre is it, Prana?
Can I put it into a category? It's a little. It's like me. It's a little bit of everything. It's it's a little bit of rock, a little bit of funk, a little bit of new school, a little bit of old school. It's a little bit of everything. And I don't know. I mean, Eric, can you put it into a category? Because I just love it. I just think it's one of these
Uh,
like kind of crossover songs.
exactly, and it was literally made for you. I mean, it literally embodies everything about Prana's voice that nobody can ever really describe because, as you were saying, it and she is, she's a little bit Motown, a little bit of jazz, a little bit of funk, a little bit of blues, a little bit of rock, a little bit of, and this has got all of those elements of just, it really did just tie up, her voice in one song, which I never thought I'd see it happen. So I was incredibly happy to see it happen. And then, so what we're doing is, we're featuring the song in the movie, of course, um, because it turns out like it was just, it was not only was it perfectly designed for her, but it just fit right into the movie and what we're doing with the movie and the message that we're putting out with the movie as well, which is um, just finding yourself and connecting with other people, and the song fits right into that message as well. Um, so yeah, it's just it's one of those divine things that gets dropped in your lap that we didn't plan it. I can't take any credit for any of it. All just happened
Nope.
through us.
Wow.
God's hand at work because it was just one of those blessings that just fell on us. Like a ton of bricks fell on us. And it was just like, wow, where did this come from? And yeah, I am so very grateful um, to Randy, to Marlene, to Tommy. They're just so very deep in my heart right now and always at the forefront of my thoughts right now that I want to make sure that I am doing my best to put this song out in a way that everybody's going to love it and all of everyone's hard work is really going to pay off, you know.
And better than anything, I love that you're using it on the movie as well. But I'm going to ask just to see, I might get a yes, I don't know. Can I hear your beautiful voice just a tad for the listening audience? It doesn't have to be the
Oh,
song that you're about to release.
oh, that's a big. No way, not happening. Not on the phone. Come on. I told you, you will hear me sing live in your studio when the time is
Yes,
right.
yes,
All
yes,
things
yes,
time. All things come
yes.
to time.
Sounds good.
But I love that you keep asking me. It makes me feel very flattered.
Yes, yes, because you know what? And one thing is I'm like you, Prana. I'll listen to anything from country to 1900s to hip hop to rock to electro. I mean, if you're here on a Saturday morning, if no one else knows, that's the first thing that Latinas do Saturday morning, get up and clean and play music, and the genres will change so much in the house. The kids are like, wow, how did we go from this to that? So I totally get it. I totally get it. I, I have Kira, my Wind Up Wednesday. I say co-host. To me, she's my co-host because no one's better than anyone in the show. But she's saying that her too, with the different genres, because she's all happy congratulating you and Eric on the other feed that I have. So
I
yes,
love that she winds everything up so beautifully
she
and with
does.
such positivity. So yes, props to Kira. I can't wait to hear Kira.
Oh my gosh, Kira's just a beautiful spirit. Like I just would not even say that. Like sometimes I have to wind down and call Kira and be like, I need help with my life. Help me get it back together. You know, and it happens to the best of us, but she is that person. And I tell people, I'm like, she really, really is that person who is a good mentor to have and a good coach to have in your life, and will help you walk through your, situation. So, oh, and she's going to cry now. Oh, goodness. Kira, call on in, call early. So, um, so I get your emotion. I get Eric's emotion. I was practically here crying. Um, Kira, I know I could just picture her. She's like me, so she was probably like, "Oh my God!" So I could just picture it all. So out of all of this, is it all like, "Oh my gosh, is this really happening?" Or is this one of those? It's coming so quick, I don't know what to do with it. You know what I mean? What is it for you,
Yeah,
Prana?
it's a not really both. I guess it's like, wow, this is happening so fast, but at the same time, it's one of those. It's been a long time coming. Like I said, everything in God's time, not my
Amen.
own. So when
Amen.
blessings happen to you, they do just feel like, wait, where? What do I do? What do I do next? Because I did feel that way when things first started unfolding. It unfolded very quickly, and then all of a sudden there was a little bit of a hush, and I'm like, well, wait, what do I do now? What do I do now? And it's just like, this is where you wait again. And it's, so it is a lot of, oh my gosh, what do I do now? And at the same time, I'm so excited, and I am surprised. I'm pleasantly surprised by everything that's happening in our life right now. Actually, more than pleasantly, I'm over the moon surprised about everything that's happening in our life right now. And the new year feels so far away, but it really, really isn't. It is just around the corner because the holidays are coming up. So as soon as Halloween is over with, New Year's is basically the next day. I know it's not, but it feels
Absolutely.
like it because Thanksgiving and Christmas fly by. So it won't be long until it's out there. It really won't be. And I will be singing it for you full on, and I will be so blessed and pleased to do it.
Awesome, Prana. Awesome. Everyone, I have a surprise online. Caller, go ahead and speak. I know you're dying to speak. And I forgot to mention.
Oh my
goodness. Go ahead, honey.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Sorry.
I know, I feel the same way for them.
I am
for
so
her.
excited.
Oh my gosh, my heart is pounding out of my chest.
Yes.
Congratulations, congratulations, congratulations a million times. I just want to say real quick, and then I'm going to go. I'll call back later. But congratulations. I had to verbally call and say congratulations because I'm so excited. And
Thank you.
in spite of everything else that's going on in this world, God is still blessing us in this season. We just got to take a look and see what's going on, not with the world, but with God. So that's all I'm going to say. And I just am so excited. Oh my goodness. I'm going to hang up because I don't want to take over the show. I'll call back. But congratulations.
Love you, Kira. She's so beautiful.
Oh my God, she's so sweet. Kira is the sweetest.
And she really is. And, you know, I tell people Kira is like what you see is what you get. You know, it's like what you hear on air, her spirit is just the same. It's like you, Prana. It's like, oh my gosh, brighten up the room. You know, and sometimes you need people like this.
Connected with her energy in that moment. I totally connected with her energy in that moment.
Yes.
She's like a big kid. She's like, I can't wait my turn. I'm gonna jump in right now. I'm gonna jump in like double dutch. I got this. I got this. I got this. I love it. Thank you, Kira, so much for calling in. That made me feel so special.
Yes. Kira, and I'm not just saying this, you know, because like I said, I had told Kira when I first met her, we met each other through another mutual friend who thought we could collab really good together with, you know, what we do, you know, in our own time. And when we first started talking, you know, I'm like, you know, it takes me a while to call somebody a friend because I don't just trust like that. And Kira can vouch to this. And Kira says the same thing. And I don't know, for her, it was different. It was like, wow, maybe I can include one extra friend to the list. And I'm very selective about that list, you know? So yeah, she's somebody I very much trust and very much confide in with many things because she is just an amazing soul and just a good, genuinely good person. And I love to be around positive people like that. She said she had to because this is such a big deal. You are A-okay, Kira. I am fine with that. I told you to call into the show. You should have stayed on and continue talking. I'm not sure if you're work or not. Of course, we're a family. Prana. So, okay, we're not going to get any sneak peeks, any cheating or anything. I've tried. You guys, to my audience, I've really, really tried to get Prana and Eric to no, it's not happening. It's not happening. And as you guys know, they will never tell us everything with the movie. But I'll tell you guys what, I'm so ready for January 2nd because that's supposed to be the casting day. Is that right, Eric?
Our goal is to get it out as soon as we can in January. We're actually going back to Florida in the next couple of weeks and doing a lot of the pickup shots so that we can get the majority of the footage done. COVID actually, slowed us down a lot. We didn't anticipate it taking this long to get the footage. We took a lot longer hiatus than I wanted to, but it was necessary to make sure everybody stayed safe and healthy and
absolutely.
And it gave us time to figure out how we were going to do what we needed to do and be able to still keep everybody socially distanced and safe and masked and still be able to. It's a lot to figure out because you don't want to be that director that didn't follow those guidelines and get somebody hurt. So it's been a lot to think about. Just I've put it off as long as I possibly could. We've found some ways to safely, effectively deal with it. So yeah, we're going to go back and we've got 3 days of shooting right now planned in Southwest Florida to get a lot of the pickup shots done. So, God willing, God's carried us this whole way through this project. This is the only project in my entire career that I can't say I don't work because, there's obviously work aspects to it, but this thing is just it's just done itself. This I don't know, it's so hard to explain because normally I work really, really hard at putting things together and pushing things along and making sure everything gets done, and just, and this thing like has been, I
And
don't know.
I'm gonna interrupt. I'm just gonna here's a little secret. Eric's not good at puzzles. Like, don't give him like mysteries to solve and things like that, you know. But this is one of those moments where somebody took a jigsaw puzzle, threw the pieces in the air, and they all fell down and connected themselves together. Like, that's the kind of, it's not a lot of work involved except opening up the box and say, I'm going to try this. You know, opening up the box and saying, this is my puzzle. And then it just put itself together.
Absolutely. And that makes sense. Some of us are not the greatest problem solvers neither. You know, it can get really stressful, especially, you know, when you're trying to do
No,
things
I
right.
mean literal puzzles. I mean literal puzzles. Like, Eric's a good problem solver, but not the actual jigsaw puzzle. Do not put a Rubik's Cube in front of him, or a jigsaw puzzle, or any of those things. Like, he will just like, no, just push it back.
That is funny.
Good luck with that yourself. But this was one of those little jigsaw puzzles that, yeah, he opens the box and the divine hand is putting it together for us, and we're grateful.
You know what? You know what, Eric? It just probably takes which you probably don't have much of. You know, I'm sure you're doing your projects and doing, you know, because Eric and Prana, you know, we'll talk about that in a bit. But they also have an organization, a nonprofit, which I'd like to get into as well. From all this great news. But you know, sometimes it just takes just sitting there for a few minutes and just pausing and just kind of thinking, how am I going to sort through this? But I totally get what you're saying, Prana. And I think it was more responsible of Eric and yourself to decide, okay, this is the best way to go and do this, because we want to make sure that everyone at the end of the day is safe. That's a huge concern for me, especially when we're seeing so many older people, and lately it's been more children contracting COVID. And it's like, you know, are we ever going to close anything down and let these people actually have a chance? Or if you're out, be responsible and wear a mask. I mean, not the whole, it's my body, I wear a mask if I want to. That's ridiculous, you know? So I make sure I do. I make sure I try to be as careful as possible, especially when we have children in the house. To me, that's a big one. And little ones, you don't really know, you know, what they're feeling. You know what I'm saying? So for me, that's a huge, huge deal. And I'm sure y'all feel the same. And that's why it's probably taken so long. Am I right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely. Yeah.
yeah, it's made it difficult, not impossible, difficult to work through that environment. Anybody in production right now will tell you the same thing. I mean, you know, you half the reason that you hire an actor for something is because they have a look. I mean, it's
Absolutely.
sometimes it's the reason they get hired. Sometimes it's you literally have someone's look in your head and you go, I have to have that person for that role.
Mm-hmm.
And so all of a sudden now I have to choose between, if I want my person on camera, I either can't show their face, which is the whole reason I hired them, or I've got to find some way to keep them far enough away from us that, you know, they're safe and we're safe and everybody else is safe, and yet we still have to have these intimate scenes. And by intimate, I just mean even like having an intimate conversation. Sitting down and having a cup of coffee with somebody is an intimate thing. It requires you to be sometimes a foot from each other, giving somebody a hug, you know, all of those things that we've taken for granted for the last however
Yes.
many years. And
Absolutely.
now all of a sudden, we have to, how are we going to do that?
Mm-hmm.
We can't show that hug unless, of course, it happens to be somebody that's already in a household together and doesn't need to stay separate. And so yeah, it's, you know, it's literally confounding, like trying to figure it all out sometimes. But like anything else, you just, you know, a little piece at a time and just work your way through it. So not like a puzzle. I don't do puzzles.
Not at all. The puzzles.
So this is for the listening audience. If you ever want to get Eric a gift, for any holiday or just because, make sure it's not a puzzle. Make sure it's not a Rubik Cube or anything else such. I don't think he will use it. I think Prana may use it. Go ahead, Prana. We lost you there for a second.
4-piece puzzle.
I'm sorry, repeat that. We lost you. Go ahead.
Oh, I said as a gag gift one time, I went to a dollar store and I got him. It was either like a 15 or a 24-piece puzzle. I'm not sure, but it was under 30 pieces, and he still wouldn't do it. Still wouldn't do it. It was one of his favorite movies. Still wouldn't do it. I'm going, come on.
And you know,
it's a waste of time. I'm like, like I have a lot of things that are in my head and going on all the time. I wake up most of the night, at 2:00 in the morning so that I can get everything done. And so the idea of sitting down and putting something together that I'm only going to take apart, to me, that just, it's never going to happen.
And trust me, I that's to a certain extent I do understand, Eric, because a lot of times it's like almost like, and that's what I was saying earlier. It's like almost like we have to sit down and catch our breath and maybe sit down and try to make that puzzle. But see, that's me a lot with local news. I get bored very easily. I flip channels, so that I'd rather scroll down Facebook and get the overall, rather than sit there and watch it. Watching TV to me is a waste of time. I feel like I'm just sitting there, just not doing anything,
I know people mention, because we're in production, people mention TV shows to me all the time. I watch so very little TV. I bet. Whether it's time or I have very little interest generally in watching TV. Sometimes it's because I don't want everybody else's ideas in my head, because I am a director and I am an editor, and I don't ever want to be, accidentally taking somebody else's idea, incorporating it. So I that's part of it. But then, some of it too is I have very little interest in spending my time watching TV. I'm much more like you. I'm a scroller there, and I'll just take in real quickly whatever it is I need to see and move on.
Yeah, and I totally get it, Eric. And I think, and I'm going to ask you this, Eric, because I kind of gathered this from you. And I think I know the answer for you and Prana, but I like to ask this, and I've asked it with a few of your guests. Are you introverted, Eric, or extroverted?
I mean, okay, I'm definitely an extrovert.
Yes, Eric.
I can't hide it. It is. I'm an extrovert, but I don't know. I feel like, over the course of time, I have learned to control my extroversion a little bit and try sometimes to just sit back and let other people. I mean, but for Prana and it was a big deal. I mean, this is a woman that demands a spotlight on a regular occasion. And so, in order to be part of a partnership like that, I mean, it requires that I find a way to sit back and when I have my own demand for spotlight too. So I don't know. It's a give and take.
It is. And Prana, can you agree with that, with his answer?
Well, some of that. I don't demand the spotlight. It kind of comes with my territory. So I can't help that.
It's funny, I have told her for years. That there's a reason she has the talent that she does.
Kind of talent, the extrovert in him, and part of that is because he's so absolutely brilliant at recognizing talent in other people and trying to then turn them into the extrovert, trying to bring their shine out and their talent out. And I think he's I don't know, he's humbled by it, I guess. At the same time, it's strange. He's a mystery, and one of the reasons why I'm attracted to him, because I I love puzzles. And
Oh,
you know, Eric has this strange balance of being an extrovert, but at the same time allowing other people to shine, you know, as brightly as they will allow themselves to, you know.
and I love that. That's what I think makes Eric just a beautiful soul, genuinely a beautiful soul. And you could see that in him. I mean, anybody who does get an opportunity, look him up, send him a message, and you'll see what I mean when I say genuine. And I mean, I truly mean this, genuine. Prana, I always say it, it's like you brighten up a whole room just even when you start talking, because it's just that spirit of excitement and just a glow behind you. It's like, you know, you can brighten up the whole room. And I'm sure that there's been many people that have been sad, maybe even casting, and you've just totally flipped their whole day just with your presence there. And it just takes a beautiful soul, you know. And I'm dying to meet you guys. I'm willing to break my whole COVID rules just to meet you guys. What were you saying, Prana?
Telling you, Edel, I can't wait to see you with Edel. You know why? I can't wait to see you with Edel Martinez, the other co-director, because he is just so cool and so fun, and he's got an interesting sense of humor. And but I love like listening to him speak Spanish, but he doesn't do it on set very often. You know, I just catch him every now and again, like speaking Spanish when he's like on the phone or something like that. So I can't wait to have you two interact together. And you know, when you got to interview Jason Menz, but man, being on the phone just doesn't capture, you know, just how
Absolutely.
I can't describe his heart. You know, he just makes you feel so warm and so safe and comfortable in and our cast and crew bring something so special to set, and you're gonna fit right in. You already do. You already met most of us. So,
We've already collected you, Anna. You just didn't know.
Bread and butter.
I send you guys a huge virtual hug. And, you know, with us being Hispanic, I'm sure in Florida, y'all are around a lot of Puerto Ricans. Just so y'all know, Kira's a hugger too. And I didn't say this, but Kira does understand a lot of Spanish and she does speak some Spanish. So you did not hear this from me. I've kind of told a little secret. She can probably defend herself. She's been around plenty of Latinos up there in Maryland, Baltimore. So yes, just so you guys know, Kira and I, that man, when we get together, it's like I just want to hug, and nobody understands. It's just because like that. I think that's what really made us kick it off. That she understood my culture, the whole hugging, my moving my hands when I talk. It's not intentional. You know, it's my culture. It's who I am. So, she's just like that when you meet her. So, but I didn't tell you guys that secret. You know, it's just something, just so you know, whenever you do meet her face to face, slip in a Spanish word. She might just answer back in Spanish. So,
okay. Well, I'm still learning. That's one of my little things that I've been doing during COVID is I've been actually trying to pick up the Spanish language. So
awesome.
One of the reasons why I'm excited to get this set, because there's you, there's Hugo, there's Edel, and now there's Kira too. Like, yeah, man, I'm gonna be bilingual too soon.
Yes, and I'll tell you guys, I was just talking about this on the Morning Glow real quick. I was saying that and it's funny we're talking about languages. I was saying that I want to learn one more language. I just want to put it on my bucket list and be like, I did it. I learned another one. There's been, you know, because my dad was military, I've been able to, you know, experience different cultures and stuff. So I'm more open-minded about, you know, the differences in all of us. And, you know, I love being around people like that because I don't like things biased one way or another. I don't care if you're Latino, whatever. I don't like things biased. I just look at what's right, what's wrong. That's it. I don't care about the in between. So it's just like I said, that's awesome. I will teach you anything you want to know. You can shoot me a quick text, send me back a voice message, and Anna, let me know what translate this for me, and I have no problem, and just continue practicing it, because that's what I try to tell people around me. Just practice it and watch Spanish novelas, Spanish soaps. You'll get it. You'll get it real quick. So, Eric and Prana, I don't know which of you wants to answer this. I really want to talk about this, within this hour, and, to kind of change the swing of things real quick. I'd like to know, or I'd like for you, I know about it. I'd like for you guys to tell the listening audience about your nonprofit organization that you guys have, which I think is very important, and it'll show you guys more of who Eric and Prana are. So whichever would prefer talking about the organization, nonprofit.
Prana and I wanted to get involved for years and years, and just weren't sure how to go about doing it. There's so much work that goes into building a 501c3. And a couple of my other associates that I work with, one of them, Michael Baker, you met, him and I got to talking one day, and he says, yeah, he's, by the end of this year, I want to put together a 501c3. And I'm like, great, man, because we've been trying to do that for a long time. We're really, really passionate about making the world a better place. And it was such a broad concept when we said it. It was just like this big thing. Like somehow, some way, we just want to every day do something to make the world a better place. And lo and behold, it's taken me years to try to understand why some of the difficult things in our lives happened. And one of the most difficult things in our lives, I could not figure out for the life of me what the purpose in making it so difficult was. But through that difficulty, this person came into our life, and this person basically helped to gift us a 501c3. Through meeting this person, I was able to start a relationship with her where we were telling her what we were trying to do. And she basically informed me that they had a 501c3 that incorporated some of the same things we were trying to do. And they were at a process with it where they were going to just, either have to let it go, or they were looking for the right people to take it over. And I went, us. So absolutely. Yeah. So it just, again, one of those like divine moments where we asked and poof, we received. So we ended up, having this, and it's, literally just come to fruition very, very recently. We've been working on it for, I don't even know how long. Prana might be able to jump in and tell you there, because I stink at keeping track of time. But we've been working on it what feels like forever. And just very, very recently, everything got transferred over through the state. And so if you go online now and look for, the Starfish Foundation of Southwest Florida, you'll find a group of us that have started to take it over and put it back together. And our goal is to help families with children that have experienced trauma. So, every one of us in our group has some kind of story, and as I assume people everywhere do, there's something that happens in everybody's life that was difficult, that you had to get over one way or another, and it changes you. And so our thing is that, especially when it comes to adopted kids, foster kids, those kids I think are at the highest risk for having difficulty dealing with trauma. And so our whole thing is that through the creative arts, through all of the stuff that we're involved in, we have ways to help these kids deal with the things that they're dealing with. And so yeah, all of that's just started to come together as well. We've been working also with the National Schoolhouse for the Theater Arts with a friend of mine, Bruce Wagnitz, who is also very much about that same purpose. And so, with all of this kind of coming together now, it's just made a way for us to just help kids be who they were designed to be, and then hopefully the world just becomes a better place because people can be better people. So
Eric, I just want you to know, and Prana, thank you for loving children so much. One of my biggest fights in this world, and anybody who knows me knows, I fight for human trafficking altogether, but I really fight it for the children. I mean, I care for everybody, and I want to make this world a better place. I want to leave a better imprint. I want them, when people think of me, they think of me helping somebody, not me doing something negative to somebody. That's not the life I live. And I just want to thank you guys, because there needs to be more Eric and Pranas out there that genuinely do it. I want you guys to know that anything you guys need my help with when it comes to that nonprofit, for me, it's anything for the children. I was a youth pastor for 3 years that I dealt, and helped with the kids. If you guys need my assistance in anything, or just, need my volunteer work, count on me. That's not a problem. I'm here, so I'm just a phone call away, just a text away. I just kind of have to put it on, on my schedule. And as you guys know, I have a son who is 15 years old, teenagers, hormones, was diagnosed with severe autism, but I've been able to get him to a point where now he's doing regular academic work and he's doing what he has to do, but it takes focus, to be there for those babies. So, as they grow. So, it's just kind of, I just have to have schedules for everything. It's kind of weird. It's just who I am. I always tell them on the radio station, I don't like surprises, because I'm like, I don't know what to do. So, because so used to schedules.
Thank you from all of us in the foundation, because, as we start to pull it together, it's going to require a lot from everybody, and we'll definitely take you up on that. I know Michael, I was talking with him earlier, and he said that I could chat with you later and get him set up for an interview with you, because he really wanted to get back in and talk to you more now about the Starfish Foundation, as well as some of the other, important things he had to get with you. So
yes, Michael was awesome.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm looking forward to his call. Please, Eric, give him my number. That would be great. I'm okay with that. I don't know how somehow we didn't get in contact, but as you guys know, I was dealing with some personal things and have been. But enough about me. We have our Wind Up Wednesday girl back on air. Kira, are you on air?
Yes. Oh my goodness. Y'all got me having chills, goosebumps. I'm so excited. I'm going to try to stay in order. Okay. So first, I want to say congratulations again on everything and the nonprofit. Second, Anna, thank you. I can go on about your efforts with Nathaniel and everything, and I just think it's amazing to watch. Third, I think I'm at 3. This nonprofit that you just mentioned is amazing. So I'm just going to put myself out there as well. If you guys need anything, if you guys, need any volunteer, as you guys were talking, I was like, maybe me and Anna will be taking a road trip to Florida one day.
Yes.
So that was in my that was in my mind. And yeah, I know, Anna, I just put you out there like that. But
no. I have no problem. I never say no to Florida. Never. Pre-plan and we're there.
And so I'm just so excited. I'm like everywhere right now because I'm so excited. I heard 1,000,001 wonderful things. And let me give you my contact information before I forget. Okay, so Instagram is I am Kira Devon. My website is kiradevon.com. Okay, so I got that out of the way. Next, I want to let you know that even with your nonprofit, if you come across any teen parents, that is my specialty. So just call me. Okay, so next is Wind Up Wednesday, finally. Okay. So I took a page from my own book today. because one, I needed to remind myself, and two, I felt like I needed to remind other people. Do not talk yourself out of your own dreams.
That's right.
It could happen when you least expect it. So stay the course. And the name of my book is Notes to Self. So I literally, just took that from there, because during these times, it's so many people who have felt like they lost their creativity, who have, felt like, oh, this dream may not happen. And I'm here to tell you that your dream, if it's in your heart, it will not leave. If God put it there, it will happen whether you want it to or not. It's in His time. The next thing I wanted to read, somebody sent me, and I had posted on my Facebook page because it struck a chord. I'm sure that we're all familiar with Chadwick Boseman and his loss, and what happened over the weekend. And I just want to note, I had an opportunity to kind of sort of work with him and meet him when filming 42, and he was just such a genuine spirit and an awesome man. So when they sent me this post, it was only right for me to repost it. And it says, fearlessness means taking the first step, even if you don't know where it will take you. It means being driven by a higher purpose rather than by applause. It means knowing that you reveal your character when you stand apart, more than when you stand with the crowd. And that could not be more true. So I just, continue to thank him, and,
Yes.
Rest in peace, Chadwick. And you guys, whoever is listening, if you have a dream on the inside of you, know that your dream is connected to your purpose, and just stay the course. So that's my Wind Up Wednesday. Thank you.
I love you, lady. And thank you so much. You see how it's just like a relaxation after the show. I seriously, and I say this in all honesty, Kira, hasn't this been like one of the most, and I know I say that from time to time, but one of the most funnest shows, like just them together, and it's just oh, I love it. I love it. I can't get enough. And like I said, I'm really looking forward to, and this is for both of you. I'm willing to break rules and maybe do lunch dinner. If you guys are in town, let me know. I will make it there, because I'm willing to break rules, because I really love to meet the both of you in person. I know you guys are just as beautiful in person as I have met, over the phone, through text, interviews, whatever else.
Well,
So,
that's
but
got to happen one way or the other, because you've got a spot in the movie now that we've got to
I
get on
know.
film. So
I know, there's no getting away from that.
It's happening.
Yes. So, and anytime Florida, Kira, let me know. I will cheat, and we will change some things just to get to Florida. I have hated being without beach. I'm very pale without the beach in Florida. The beach is my thing. Eric and Prana, either of you can start first. I leave it up to you guys. Please give contact information for yourself. I thank you guys so much for coming and interviewing. It has been a blast with you two. And, I send you guys a huge hug. And I hope you guys feel that it's a strong one. And we'll be in touch very soon. I want to, be in touch. Kira and I, if you guys need us for the nonprofit, whenever, we're just a call away. And I'm sure we can find other people to help as well.
awesome. All right. Well, we're really easy to find. Get TV Live and AOK Pictures are the two things to remember. You can find either one of us through both of those. Prana is super easy to find, because she's, I think, the only Prana songbird like on the planet. As I know, every time I've gone on that, she's the only one I find. And I would definitely encourage you to go on her IMDb page. IMDb is a big thing in the production world, and so not only does it help her, but there's some cool stuff on there too. So stop on her IMDb page and take a look at what she's got on there. But yeah, it's easy to get a hold of us. Our phone numbers, my phone number is everywhere, 313-595-2116. GetTVLive.com is everywhere. It's pretty easy to find. And a big shout out to the Firestone Grill. So if you are in Southwest Florida, they're one of those essential restaurants that are still opening. And guess what? They are the set of the movie. So there are a lot of scenes that happen there at the Firestone Grill. So if you ever, want to see a place that we were filming in, that's one of them. Stop by the Firestone Grill, and yeah, we'll be down there filming sometime this month. So
Awesome. Awesome. I wanted to thank you guys one more time for your Lunchtime with Anna interview. Next week, we'll be back with Stephanie Jones for part 2 of her testimony that you don't want to miss. It was an incredible story to see somebody go from drugs to rehab to giving their life to the Lord and what the Lord does in your life, almost having death a few times. God bless each and every one of you guys. Have a great week. Bye.
thank you.